Saturday morning, DSN, WR Digital Broadcasting, Urban Classic 1620 in the Lehigh DSNBX app, obviously on the WRN Digital Broadcasting app. But that was a spirited conversation. What's so funny?
You just love to hear yourself speak. I mean, we can put headphones on.
That goes on.
You don't have a problem with turning your headphones up.
Let me tell you something.
I mean, you spirited. That's good, but you love to hear yourself speak.
Let me tell you something. What do we do? What are we doing right now?
What are you doing?
No. I'm asking you a question. What do we do?
Fun.
No. What is this? What is this
Talk
vocation?
radio. Talk radio.
Okay. Talk radio.
Yeah.
So if I don't talk, then what do we have? You're going to look at your
We
young
have three other voices.
That's called Michelle
Talk.
Hat. That's called Michelle. What are you laughing about?
Golden Country.
He get mad.
He's mad.
I'm not mad.
This mic is hot. I told Ed to bury him. You got to bury that spirit.
on my Instagram, I'm a little angry and a lot annoyed. So
you always angry.
it's going to take me a little bit of time, but things go on.
It's like a car. You warmed up.
We're joined by this
mic.
Come on, man. Shut up, man. We're joined by sorry people what I deal with. This is real radio. Shut up.
All right.
Can we get the show going?
Go ahead.
This brother can't be here.
So
all day.
we're joined right now. This is Saturday morning. We're joined by one
Thank you,
of
Afro.
the checklist members.
Afro.
So we going in. So let me remind you who's really started this game.
Oh, stop it. That was 7 years ago. Let it go.
Oh, shots fired. Bang, bang.
Khalid Burgos and Checklist in the house.
We going
He's
off
family, so he's been here many times. We just talking up shop.
Did the Jets win the game this week?
Yeah, they won it. They got a tough one this weekend. What's going on, brother? What's going on?
It was 7 years?
I'm so glad you are, because I want to go back to Rhode Island. But listen, man, I know you filling in for your brother. We had Wally set, but Wally couldn't make it, so he sent in his best man. That's all right, though. We got a Burgos. Congrats on all the success of the checklist, man. I mean, obviously, when you guys first came, I think it was, that have been like November last year. You came up, and you had the whole team with you, and you guys had it right. It was something that you had set, but you sold out in February, which is not easy for any independent play. Back-to-back nights at that. You did Manhattan, you did Broadway. Now you're back at Lehman tomorrow. Talk about this journey. Yeah, man. Talk about this journey of entertainment, because it's, we were talking in the last segment about Image and your co-cast member, Victor calling about energies, and you guys have created a movement, and maybe, just maybe, the checklist is something more for a lot of people now with all what we're going through. Talk about that, bro.
It's funny that you said that. My brother was telling me one day, about a week ago, how on Facebook. We already know that story. We ain't gonna get that.
You said it, not me.
How brothers were talking about, the topic was blacks not supporting blacks.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, we don't. Blah blah blah. And we was going back and forth with a discussion about that. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, world.
Hold on 1 second. We live. Yeah, he's green. He's green. Popping back. Okay.
So when we talk about black people, the mic just went down. All right.
So we were going back and forth, and I stopped for a minute, and I said, yo, world, you know what? We really can't say that.
Right.
Because we've been supported incredibly by our peers, by black people. And so
take the good mic.
My opinion kind of like that fast changed, like, and maybe it's because of everything we're going through, like, and it's not nothing that we've ever not been through before. Over 400 years we've been going through this.
Right.
But I guess in today's age with social media and YouTube and everything else, Facebook, IG, Snapchat, it's so much prevalent now. Seeing it, is to watch white man, black man, Spanish man, to watch somebody just shoot a man down.
It's the reason
with
why
his hands up.
Ray Rice don't have a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Men have been beating up their wives forever, and I'm disgusted with any man that put his hands on a woman. You know what I mean? So I watched my mother go through it.
Right.
And it wasn't fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me and my brother go through it. You know what I mean? And to see it, visually to see a man knock a woman out or a cop shoot a black man or anybody.
Yeah,
Right.
Anybody.
Any of in the Middle East, people cutting each other's heads off. To see it adds a whole nother dimension. And to get back to what I was saying, maybe that's why we're supporting each other much more, because, like I said, to bring back to the checklist, selling out 2 shows, selling out Symphony Space 750 seats. Back at Lehman, we almost sold. I didn't get the last report, but we probably sold out today. But as of now, we still got tickets. This morning we still had tickets, so get them. And it's just been amazing the support we've received, the vibe we've been on. This is like our home. You know what I mean? It all helps. It brings everybody together, man. And I don't know if we started out saying, we're gonna bring everybody together. You know what I mean? I mean, we didn't start out saying, we just want to get rich. Let's do something. We did it with consciously with putting out something positive. World explained that from day one. This was a positive show. It wasn't everybody got jobs. Ain't no baby, daddies and mamas that ain't cool or whatever. It was about positivity. So that was conscious, but we didn't know what it would do. And what it's doing now is I probably used this word 1,000 times in the last whatever. It's humbling. It's very humbling, and so it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a doo-wop style. But
You saw he grabbed your hand like, yo, give me that mic. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh no, you obviously keep interrupting me, so I'm gonna let you talk.
I'm on last.
You must
week's
be on
trip.
some
I'm
Ritalin
on
or
last
something.
week's trip.
Yeah, no, last week is the past. You gotta let that go.
Yeah.
But nah, you hit the word on the head of humbling. From a standpoint of humbling, where people now say, you know what, you didn't do it for those reasons, but that love of the reason why the guys are who you are, because anybody who knows you and Wally and Vic and the whole, Jatan, you're real humbling people. You're not doing this to walk in the club and in the slow motion, the Dave Chappelle slow motion.
with the aura around.
Yeah, exactly. You doing this because you love it. And I happened to see, you guys are doing an interview circuit, and you did News 12, and you did an interview that was pretty powerful that I got a chance to really watch last week. And it talked about, your time incarcerated and, the humbling feeling that when you sold out the 2 shows, that emotional conversation you had with your brother. Talk about that a little bit.
Again, like you said, you saw, it's funny, the guy asked me the question, and he threw questions out there, and he said, yo, just talk. And for whatever reason, it got to that, and it got to me just. I've never been ashamed to say I went to prison. You know what I mean? So, I was like I said, I was in my 4th year of college when I went to prison. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was just some street gangster hood cat. I made mistakes. I'm from the hood. You know what I mean? So my father was a hustler. My uncles was hustlers. It's around us. I went to college. 4 years, and in my senior year, beginning of my senior year, my son's mother was pregnant. I'm not going to use that as the excuse to why I do or did what I did. I wasn't no big-time drug dealer. I'm the first to tell you that. I ain't have cars and homes and, and jewelry. I was doing what I was doing, and one thing led to another. I got caught up. And, first-time offender, and that goes to the federal crack laws. If I tell you what I was caught with in the time that I did, you'd laugh. I'm in there with guys, and I don't want to mention dudes' names, but big time drug dealers, big time known drug dealers, especially in the Bronx, that had less time than I did, and it was just amazing to be, to do this time, for a judge to give me 11 years on my first time being, being in trouble with no violence, no nothing. To just like throw my life away. And that's what it felt like at that time, because they give you a computation sheet that lets you know when you're going home. And this is early 90s, and you get this sheet, and it said 2003. Now, even though you look at it now, 2003 was only 7, 8, 9 years away. But to see 2000 on the sheet when I was it felt like I was going to jail forever. And like I said, I've never, ever been in trouble. I've never been in a precinct before. So to be in trouble and to get 11 years, it felt like my life was over. And to do that time, to do it as a trooper, I could have told, came home, and never did a day in jail. But I wasn't built like that. I did my time. I came home. And now we in, eventually we got to this space, and I just wanted to. And when he brought that up, I just wanted to relay that to people. Like, you can go to prison, come home, and still have a life. It start over, and it is hard. I couldn't get certain jobs, you know. So it was hard. It was a struggle. It was difficult. I didn't mention this in a previous interview, but my son is going through the same thing now. He's about to get sentenced for a crime next month, and if it goes the way it's supposed to go, we're hoping he'll come home at the same age I was, at 32. He'll do almost the same time, maybe a little more than I did. Worst feeling in the world for a man's only son to be in prison. I never would have dreamed. I thought I always said I did enough time for my whole family. Nobody's going to jail. You understand? And for him to be going through this, of course, as a parent, you blame yourself, but it's the worst feeling in the world. And to watch my son go through it, to go visit. I visited him Tuesday, leaving. Even now, you know, again, getting emotional because, like I said, that's my son. That's my only child. You know, I have a stepdaughter that I love to death that I was with since I was 4. She's 17 now. And I love her like she's my own. But this is my blood. You know what I mean? And he's gone for the next 10, 11 years. And so everything I do now is for him. Everything I do, you know what I mean? For my family, for my wife, for my kids, everything. You know what I mean?
So can we expect anything new?
Yeah. Well, we got some people coming tomorrow.
Okay.
In the building. That's very, very, very important. Big names, and if they like it and they put their cosign behind it, we're definitely going. Without them, we're going on the road. But it might be so. It might take it to the level that we really think we need to be. And behind that, we already started writing. Me and World already started writing the checklist too. I have a joint that I want to do called The Visit, where it's going to be a setting with, and I don't want to blow it up. Somebody snatch it, but it's called A Visit, and it's going to be. It's not going to be a comedy. It's going to be probably more emotional, more. You know, not drama, but more serious. And I'm working on that now. Plus a short film that I'm working on. So we definitely got we got so many things in the stash in the works, from the TV shows. It's just I said before, like, checklist is not even our best work, and of course, you know, everybody said that, but it's not. Like, we have so many things that we wrote, and we just thought this was the best thing to put out now because of the, you know, the two you know, nationalities and the romantic and the comedy side, and we just thought this was perfect for now. But what we got in the stash and what we got coming is going to be amazing. Like,
so it's safe to say, and with the checklist is not just a play. The checklist is probably saving you as well because of all the things you're going through personally. And, you know, I didn't know that. And you know, I thank you for sharing that, because I really believe that this show, while we laugh and we have a good time, we can help people. For sure. You know, somebody's listening that's dealing with that. Somebody's listening that is going through that and goes, wow, if you know, if Khalid could go out and do a play in front of hundreds of people and, you know, turn it off and turn it on, and you're probably dealing with it as soon as the play is over. The cell phone's probably going off, and to deal with that, you know, I can deal with that too, man. So I commend you, brother, because that is not easy. And in a world where we're used to making excuses, you refuse to do that.
For sure.
You know,
you showing people that regardless of mistakes, because ain't nobody perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody here is perfect. Everybody has made mistakes. Sometimes our mistakes cost more than others. But to show that I was institutionalized, I came out, I could have fell back in the trap, because they always say with a person is a felon, as soon as they come out, they can't deal with society, and now they go back or they wind up dead. Yeah. So to show that you made a conscious effort to improve your life and improve other people. You understand, what you doing, you improving. When we do this show, people listen to us and everything, have a good time. But I think at the end of the day, we improve somebody's life. You can't improve everybody, but you improve and help one person. That means you did something. And the checklist, just like my bro always say, 950 Lounge, it's not just a show, it becomes a movement. And the checklist is a movement. No doubt. You don't know how many people y'all moving.
For sure. Sure.
No, I'm like really, really listening because, you know, like you said, outside of all the laughing and the jokes that we doing and throwing back, because this is just family love. I'm really heavily into like being and Mr. Positive Energy, not using this thing, but just having a real positive energy in the community and things like that. And me, and, you know, in my world, you know, dealing with young offenders and things like that, you know, I always try to find ways of people to reach out to the younger generation. So have you ever thought about, you know what, I kind of have a story to tell, and my story could actually help another young person that's dealing with this? Because they're not just 22. I'm seeing 16, definitely. 17, 18, and they getting 25 to life. They getting 10 for first charges, a little gun, this, that, never been in trouble. They coming into the system like, I don't even know what to do. I know about this place, ABC. And then it's so sad because I see the turnaround. I see like a scared kid individual coming in, and then he got to go through the ranks of fighting inside the jail, this, that, and the third. And then now he got to pick what side he got to be on, if you're going to get initiated in the game. It's a whole process that the outside world does not truly understand. And this is why I always say, if you're a positive person in your community, if you're an influential person in your community, you have to start reaching out to that younger generation and showing them. And I tell them all the time, listen, your life does not end because you have time. Because I know plenty of men and females who have been incarcerated and have come out and have done extraordinary things. So I would say I would love for you to take your story, and when you can, and out of this whole checklist and doing your whole big thing, to give back and that and sharing your story with individuals and young people so they could see, like, you know what, I have a chance too.
It's funny you say that, and you talk about the young kids, and I spoke about my son, but even on my son's indictment, 48 and 47 of his friends are all indicted, and they're all facing a bunch of time. So it's like 40 of them I know as my little sons. Right. So it ain't just my son. It's his best friend and his best friend's best. And they all, you know, they call me Pop, some of them. Some of them don't even have fathers.
Right.
So like I said, how I blame myself, you know, as a parent, you're going to blame yourself. Even my mother blamed herself to this day for my incarceration. And my mother had nothing, absolutely nothing. Like I said, I'm from the hood. I went to college, and I still ended up in jail. Right. Had nothing to do with what my mother did right or wrong.
Right.
And people stress that to me. Khalid, you had nothing to do with what Wiley was doing. It was the hood. It was this. It was the influence. But as a parent, you're going to blame yourself. And it's funny you say to give my story, but I wish I would have did it sooner because I didn't speak to them. And I was very, very naive to the things. I didn't grow up in gang culture. Like when I'm from Patterson. I'm from a part of the Bronx that people don't want to walk through at all. But it wasn't like that in my day. And I ain't afraid to say I'm 45. So it wasn't, you know, we didn't have Crips and Bloods when I was 17, 18. I went to college, and one of my roommates was a Crip. And he used to tell me stories about California and where he was from. And I'm like, I'm never going there. Like, you can't walk down the street with red on or with blue. It didn't make sense to me because I'm from the hood. And next projects, Mount Haven and Mitchell and Melrose, and we went to play ball there and there. My best friend is from Mount Haven. Right. Now, Patterson, Mount Haven hate each other.
Yeah.
And it's unheard of. It's like mind-boggling to me. And us as OGs, quote unquote, or older dudes, didn't get to the younger generation to tell them, like, yo, this is not what we do. Right. We a family here. Like, we brothers. I know your mother. Like, you know, my son is beefing with another kid who's me and his mother is like tight. This. Or the me and his father. The culture has totally changed. It's insane.
Well, you know what, Khalid? I hear what you're saying. I agree with you about I wish we all feel that way. Yeah. But you know what? It doesn't matter if I started a tree yesterday, a month. If I plant it today,
that's what I was getting to.
It's going to grow
now, going forward,
right? And it's going to save somebody, and it's going to help populate the air. It's going to make the air cleaner. It's going to make more beautification. So you plant your seed when you had the seeds to do it. You know, sometimes, you know, we all want to do much. I was talking to my brother last week about, you know, he was like, oh, wow, with the way this thing is going, I want to do more for mom. And I said, you know what, you're right. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you didn't do, it's what you're doing now and what you can do now. With the moment of change is the moment we live in, and you're doing that. And I know we talked about checklists all day, and we rock out, we support y'all, you know, but I think this is important because this is behind Dexter.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people, again, you guys, and I was talking to one of the other cast members, and they were like, "Wow, I was walking down the street, and people said, I remember you from the I know you from the checklist." I said, "That's your new normal. You're gonna get that."
Sure.
But sometimes you don't always have the access, and we're blessed to have with you and your brother to be able to have this conversation because this is what the world is, and this is why people should be inspired. This is why people should come out and support the checklist. This is a black-owned play.
That's
you know, if we can't support one another, then what good are we?
And
No doubt.
please tell the people the role you're actually playing in the checklist. For those that didn't see it,
sure.
what's your role?
Jackson's got sex scenes now.
Sexy Dex.
Babe,
Sexy
I don't
Dex.
know what he's talking about. No.
Sexy Dex.
I play Dexter Hill. I'm the lead character, lead role, and I play Jessica Jaton Green's love interest, and she has a checklist on what she wants and what she requires in her man, and on that checklist, I got most of them, but there's one or two in there.
in real life really has a checklist.
No doubt. I think we all do.
Well,
I think we all do.
everybody does.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
I think that was our little slogan. What's your checklist? And I think we all do. But I think, and this was World's thing. Like we have one, but when you meet that person, and they don't have everything on that checklist, what do? Do you just dismiss them?
And the wildest thing.
Yes. Yes, you just dismiss them and keep it moving.
Then you're gonna end up alone.
Hey, listen,
you're gonna
I'd
end
rather
up
be
alone.
alone than stressed out and depressed all day long.
And all
See, I'm glad I can't say that.
And
I'm
all
good.
I'm
I'm a
gonna
happy
say
man.
is, AKA Victor, AKA Wahoo.
Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah.
positive energy when you took his girl from
Not
him.
at all.
That's
You still mad.
That's the
Still
only
mad.
part when he ain't positive
Yeah,
on you.
you want somebody to take their role with them home? He really
It ain't nothing positive
he
coming
takes
out of
Raul
that.
home with
Your
him.
ass chose me.
Yeah.
But we got a few minutes left. We got tickets left. Where can they find those
Yes, we
tickets
do.
at, man?
You can call 646-244-8417 and bother Wiley because he'll come give him the tickets to you. Or you can go to eventbrite.com/Wiley Burgos, Burgos, and get your tickets. And you can go to the checklist Facebook. I don't know that stuff. I'm horrible.
The
Just
Facebook
put checklist,
fans.
you gonna find
Put
it.
checklist. It'll come up. Read the checklist. Checklist to play.
Hit 950 Kev. I'll get you
Yeah,
there.
Kevin get you there.
I got
Kevin
you
get
covered.
you
It's
there.
a great thing when the actor comes to your house with the ticket.
I know,
that
right?
too.
Wait a
That's
minute,
true.
you was
He
in the play.
definitely-
Yeah,
And a
man.
personalized
That's the
signature.
grind.
Let me give you a quick 5 minutes of the check.
The grind is real.
So I do the little dance I do with the FedEx
Yeah,
boxes.
the grind
Listen,
is
and I
really
don't
real.
care if you saw it once. You go to McDonald's 5 times a week.
No question.
Go see the play twice.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
the
care
beautiful
about
thing,
that.
For real.
Kev. There's so many people that saw it that's bringing other people that didn't see it, and they're
Exactly.
coming again.
Right.
So that again, humbling.
Don't
it's
complain
humbling.
about the images if you're not going to be part of the solution.
Right.
Khalid, thank you,
Yeah.
brother.
Appreciate you, Kev.
And
Appreciate all
I'm
of you.
praying for your son,
Right.
man.
Appreciate that.
Things
Appreciate
work
that.
out.
Appreciate that.
different
Need
thing.
all of that.
Whew, we'll take a quick break.
Woosah.
Going to keep it moving. I think we got a young lady next. I don't know which one. We'll find out in a second. 9 Feet Lounge live on the Saturday morning.